Hi VC, it's Aaron, Muth Alamare, and today I'm entering a contest for the purveyor of high quality entertainment on YouTube. And he's got a great vinyl community channel called his Canadian Studmuffin. His name is Larry Graves. Really cool guy, a really good friend with a bunch of my friends like Chris Prophy and Sam St. John, Glenn Kellaway, Robert's on My Turntable, amongst others. So he's friends with a bunch of friends of mine. I don't really know Larry very well at all. I just know his channel, so I don't really know him in person, but he seems like a great guy. I love his sense of humor, and he has a great taste in music, and he does other things besides just vinyl. He does like an ASMR channel and shows like reviews of food, stuff like that. Really cool guy. And so I'm gonna start off this contest, and this is a build your own double record by 5 different artists. And you know, back in the 70s and 80s, they used to make cassettes like that, and I still have one of them. And it's those 2 records there. This is Sammy Hagar with Standing Hampton and 3 Lock Box. I also used to own the Tres Hombres Fandango cassette like that, and the Women and Children First and Fair Warning, which I wish I still had those cassettes, but I used to love these cassettes, getting 2 in 1, having 1 album per side. This is all about vinyl. So on the vinyl, I'm gonna start out with these 2 records here. I'm gonna go with Alice Cooper with School's Out and $1 Billion Babies. So I'm gonna call this album School is for Babies, and it's gonna start out with side 1 of $1 Billion Babies, which starts out with Hello Hooray, great song. It's got Raped and Freezing, Elected, $1 Billion Babies, and Unfinished Sweet. So then I'll go and I'll put on side 1 of Alice Cooper on the side 2 of that, of School's Out, and that's got School's Out, Looney Tune, Glitter Cat versus the Jets, Street Fight, and Blue Turk. So for the second LP, I'm gonna start it with $1 Billion Babies again on side 2. So the second LP will start with No More Mr. Nice Guy, The Generation, Landslide, Sick Things, Marianne, and I Love the Dead. And the last side will be side 2 of School's Out, which is My Stars, Public Animal, Alma Mater, and end with Grand Finale. I thought that would be a fitting way to end it. So there's my first double record for you, Larry. My second one is going to be these 2 records here. It's going to be Holy Diver and The Last in Line. And this album is going to be called The Last Diver. And I'm going to start off with the first side of Last in Line, actually, with We Rock. What a great opener. Going into the song The Last in Line, then Breathless, I Speed at Night, One Night in the City. And then side 2, I will go through and I will start with side 2 of Holy Diver. And that has Straight Through the Heart, Invisible, Rainbow in the Dark, and Shame on the Night. That's how the first LP will end. Then the second LP will start with the first side of this, which is Holy Diver, Stand Up and Shout, Holy Diver, Caught in the Middle, and Don't Talk to Strangers. And then the final side will be Evil Eyes, Mystery, Eat Your Heart Out, and ending with Egypt, The Chains Are On, one of my very favorite Dio songs. So that's my second one, which is The Last Diver. My third one here, and this takes 2 of the most influential albums in the created heavy metal to me. And this is going to be Deep Purple in Rock and Fireball. I'm going to call it Fire Rock. And it's going to start off with the first side of In Rock, which is, I probably don't even need to look, Speed King. Then you got Bloodsucker and Child in Time. Yep, Child in Time is going to be the first side. The second side, I'll go with Fireball, side 1, which has Fireball, No, No, No. And I'm going to put Demon Eye instead of Strange Kind of Woman. I kind of like that song a little better, but they're both great. And then Anyone's Daughter to finish out the first side, the second side of the first disc. The second disc will start with The Mule from this. That will be side 2 of this. The Mule and Fools and No One Came. And it's going to end with side 2 of this record, which is, where am I at here? Fly to the Rat, awesome song. Into the Fire, Living Wreck, and Hard Lovin' Man. Hard Lovin' Man. It's got that galloping guitar, kind of influenced Iron Maiden. Such a great song, great album there. Now my next album here is going to be these two records here, Blues for the Red Sun and Welcome to Sky Valley. This is by Caius, and it's going to be Blues in the Sky Valley. So, the first side here, I'm going to start off with this one here, and I'm going to go, it'll start out with Thumb. I love that song. Then right into Green Machine, which is a killer song. Molten Universe, 50 Million Year Trip, Down Side Up. The Thong Song, which is actually about flip-flops. Killer song, I love that one. And Apothecary's Weight is the end of side one. Side two, I'm going to start with this side one, and that's going to be Gardenia, Asteroid, Super Scoopa and Mighty Scoop, 100 Degrees, and Space Cadet. So that's the first disc. The second disc will start with the second half of this, which is Demon Cleaner, Odyssey, Conan Troutman, N.O., and Whitewater. And so side four is going to be side two of this, which is Caterpillar's March, Freedom Run, Freedom Run, Freedom Run. How he does that, it's so cool. 800, Writhe, Capsize, Allen's Wrench, and Mondo Generator. Killer, two of the best albums of all time. Love these two Caius records, two of my all-time favorites, like I said. So for my next one, and my last one here, I'm going with these two masterpieces here. And it's going to be Nilsson Schmilson and Son of Schmilson. I'm just going to call it Schmilson. And I love these records. And, you know, I've got to start off with side one of this, with Gotta Get Up. I just love that song. It's a great intro. And Driving Along, it's such a good song. Early in the Morning, Moonbeam Song, and Down. That'll be the first side. The second side is going to be the second side of this. Starting with Spaceman, one of my very favorite Nilsson songs. And it's got the Lottery song, At My Front Door, Ambush, I'd Rather Be Dead. That's so hilarious. I love it. And The Most Beautiful World in the World ends out the first disc. The second disc is going to start with the first side of this. Take 54, another great intro song. Remember Christmas, Joy, absolutely one of my favorite Nilsson songs. I love the lyrics of Joy. Turn on Your Radio, and maybe my favorite, one of my two favorite Nilsson songs, You're Breaking My Heart, is going to end out the first side of the second disc, and then I'm going to do the second half will be starting with Without You, the amazing song that Mariah Carey covered. He does the best version easily. His voice is just amazing. Then Coconut, what a great song. Let the Good Times Roll. Jump Into the Fire, my favorite Nilsson song. I love Jump Into the Fire. And I'll Never Leave You will be the last one. So there's my 5 records, my 5 double records for you. And I'm going to throw in a bonus here. It'll be a triple album, and they're all just going to go in order of the records, but I just thought this would be interesting. I'm going to do as a bonus a triple record, and it's going to be John Cougar, American Fool, and Scarecrow. And on the cover of it, I'm just going to have a urinal, I'm going to have a mountain lion, and then I'm going to have a watermelon and a campfire. And that's just what it's going to be called, just those 4 symbols. And there we go. Larry, I hope you like this. And everyone, check out Canadian Studmuffin, one of the best channels on YouTube. And I will see you all next time.